Hey folks, welcome to Not Work Tabletop. We've got some stuff going on. As you might see the page that's in front of me, it's Warlord Games. They're going through a few bits and pieces. But this is what has caught my eye. A little bit of Men of Harlech, stop your dreaming. Can you see their spear points gleaming? That's right, they've just released Zulu for Black Powder Epic Battles. Warlord have just put the Zulu out. It's an interesting one. People said it was on its way, and it's an interesting little bit to see. Now, there's been some commentary about the pricing, because it's an expensive couple of sets if you look at them. If you can see what's going on there. I mean, to get everything, what is it? The Black Powder Zulu Mega Bundle is Rorkes Drift, Isandlwana. I can't say it. Isandlwana, that's it, Isandlwana. And like the casualty markers and other things and stuff that's in there as well it's a pricey old thing, but some of these Warlord bits are a bit on the what's it side. But having said that, when you look at like Rorkes Drift and Isandlwana, and look at Rorkes Drift, it's £220. It is £220, and people have been trying to compare this to the recent released Armageddon for 11th edition Warhammer. But the difference in being is you get everything for Rorkes Drift. This is it. This is everything. You've got a battle mat, you get your dice, you've got the rule book, you've got the how to play booklet, you've got the Rorkes Drift characters, which is 13 models. Okay, they're strangely scaled, about 15mm scale for a lot of these things. 32 bases of British infantry, so that's 8 regiments of infantry for the thing, 4 regiments of native contingent infantry, 40 bases of married Zulus, 40 bases of unmarried Zulus, that's 10 large regiments of each. You get the Rorkes Drift Hospital, the Rorkes Drift Storehouse, the Mealy Bag Redoubt, the Wagon Barricades, the Cookhouse, the Storehouse Steps, the Privy, Barricades, an A0 double-sided Zulu battle mat, so a full battle mat for the thing as well. I don't know if we actually get to see a picture of the battle mat. All the things here. So this is. I'm going to go up so you can see this. This is everything you're getting up here. So let's have a look. So you got Rorkes Drift, which then you go through. So you got these guys here. All of this. All of this. And if you've seen the movie, you know these names. Same pieces from behind, so you got all your relevant different named people. These are people that were there. The Zulu bases. These are 15mm. So they're not tiny. They are small, but they are tiny. These are fantastic for the scale they are. These are really good. These are really good. The cattle, and then you got the buildings. Look at the buildings. Look at that. So all of this, oh, there's the back mat. I can see the back mat coming up. All of this, there's, I'm not sure what that is. I imagine that's just the template to show you where everything goes, or is that that's the wall section? That's the walls and stuff that you pop the walls out and then put them into the bases there. You see, so you've got all that there. That's the battle mat. So this literally shows you everything, and this was everything that you need to fight Rorkes Drift, like a major confrontation. That's basically 2 armies. I mean, it's 2 armies. It's not like Armageddon or most of the stuff for the other pieces where you don't really get everything. So you want to try and do this in something else, you're looking at least this price tag anyway. Yeah, there's probably a cheap way of putting it together with other things, but I think this is a fantastic release. I really do. I really do. I mean, check this out. This is really quite cool. It's a very different way for them doing this scale as well when you look at the other scale of stuff. So you've got all of these odds and ends going on there with that. And then you've also got Isandlwana, which was the big ambush that took out the main army, if I remember rightly, because this happened, and then Rorkes Drift happened, and Rorkes Drift, it was just the guys that were left to do Rorkes Drift. So again, 8 regiments of British infantry, 6 regiments of that is. So you got all these bits and pieces. 80 bases and 80 bases, so double the number of Zulus. It's an impressive amount of stuff. You've got the British bell tents, the Zulu Indlu huts, the other Zulu huts, the wagons. So lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Look at it. Look at it. Again, it's a hell of a price tag for an initial outlay, but I don't think these aren't really start playing. I mean, they kind of are start playing sets, but they're not. There we are. That's the map. That's quite cool. They're not the same kind of thing as an intro box for somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. I don't think Warlord do the epic scale stuff. It's not this particular piece of epic scale stuff quite the same as their others. I think that's why the others might be slightly cheaper and contain other stuff. Because these are historical units set up and done. That's what they are. They're historical units that are set up and done. So if you want that, then you can come in, but you aren't going to buy anything else. That's it. It's one layout. That's it. You can do more. You can expand the range. And I'm sure they're going to expand the range. But, I mean, either of those, and that's it. And you get them both together. I mean, that's a big price tag to lay out. But having said that, I've seen individual models cost that. You can spend that on a 40k army easy, and that'll give you both things. And I don't think you need anything else ever again at that point. You know, so I think this is a wonderful little release from Warlord. We've also got new releases going on over here as well. See, so we've got the Zulu, but then we've already seen a little bit of these, but I haven't spoken about them yet because it's just coming out now. We're just getting a proper look at them. We've got the Invasion of Amerika, which sees these guys, which I think are drastically cool. The Ghost Spirit Samurai, and some of like the additional character models. And we've got obviously all the ghost suits or the shinobi suits coming out to play. And obviously we've got the T2 prototype heavy armor Americans. Yeah, they are Ghost Attack Infantry. Yeah, so the Ghost Attack Infantry. I think the Ghost Attack Infantry are kind of new. I think we've seen some of them, but I think there's a couple of extra new bits in there as well, which I think is this is really quite cool. K47, obviously being a wonderful game, a fantastic game, and that's brilliant. And then of course we've also got, this came out not long ago. This was fairly recent, and this kind of drifted under a lot of radars. Is this the Stuff of Legends fancy miniatures from the Golden Age? And they've got a lot of classic stuff in here. I mean, check this out: the Dragons of Yore. So it looks like a fascinatingly cool book to get. Ancient Dwarves, and they have the Hex bases, infamous dwarves. You know, a bunch of these have appeared in products from various companies, I think. So I recognise some of those. I mean, one of those, how is it, that dwarf there? That dwarf there looks very much like the Hero Quest dwarf. And I'm fairly certain I've seen some of these in old Games Workshop battle reports. Part of C11, Gnomes were designed by Tristan Morrison. Yeah, so yeah, the original White Dwarf from the Fancy Special Range from GW Nottingham. Yeah, so some of these, I absolutely grew up with these. I think some of us grew up with these. There's incredible things. The Middle-earth range, remember those? A map before Middle-earth strategy battles. So there's been a whole bunch of stuff that's come out from Warlord, kind of snuck out there. Oh god, the D&D range. But I think more people need to know exists. This, I mean, it's a book, but it's a beautiful book with some wonderful bits of miniature history in here. It's absolutely fantastic. So here we are. That was just a quick one from Warlord, mostly for the Zulu release, but also the Conflict 47 stuff is coming out and looking good. So have a good evening, folks. Tell me what you think of the new Warlord stuff that's coming out. Tell me what you think about K47, the Zulu thing, particularly. Obviously, Epic Battles Zulu. You know, I might be looking at getting some of this at some point in the future. Not in the immediate future. I need to save the pennies to manage to buy a set. You know, although the brigades are like 30 quid a brigade, so that's not the end of the world. You can play stuff with this. Just if you want to do it right, you go big. But yeah, drop a couple of comments in there, and you know, we've got some battle reports and things on the way, and yeah, say what you think. Have a good, and remember, it's not work, it's tabletop.